Hello, friends. We're now in Idaho, just in Idaho. If you look behind us, you'll see the Pend Oreille River, and across the bridge is Washington State. The little town of Newport, Washington, and Oldtown, Idaho is over there. And today we're going to go over there and we're going to check out the city and see what it's all about. This is the Pend Oreille River. This river is right on the border of Idaho and Washington. It's a pretty big river. And it has a boat launch here. This is the Rotary Park is where we're at in Idaho. Thought I'd give you a little shot of the river. We're going to head right across that bridge there in just a moment. We're going to go over to Newport.
We're going to be crossing over the river bridge. This bridge was originally built in 1906. We replaced in 1926 and then replaced again in 1988. And Newport, that we're going to be crossing into here shortly. Here is the Pend Oreille River. So this Pend Oreille River starts in Idaho and then it works its way around through Washington. And this town, part of this town that we're in currently is Oldtown, Idaho. And then as soon as you cross this street up here where the signs are at the light, that's called State Street. And that actually...
Welcome to Washington.
Yep, welcome to Washington. So State Street is the border between Idaho and Washington. So we are currently in Idaho, and here in a second we will be in Washington. And Newport was given its name in 1890 because it was selected as the landing site for the first steamboat on the Pend Oreille River.
Yeah, Newport. Yeah,
Newport.
Cool.
So Newport has a McDonald's, it has a Safeway, several banks.
Yeah, we'll drive up through the middle of town here. It's a pretty historic little place. And then eventually today we'll end up going through the museum.
Yeah, they have a museum here and a visitor center. And coming up shortly, this Mexican restaurant right here, Mi Pueblo, too, is our favorite Mexican restaurant in Newport. So if you are in Newport, make sure you check them out. And this is Main Street.
Little Antler Motel.
Yep, they have a motel here. They have...
On the left is the Pend Oreille Public Utilities.
There's the public utilities.
And
the post office.
Yep, post office.
They have a theater here called the Roxy Theater. And it's... I think there's 3 theaters in there right now, or 1 theater right here.
Yeah.
It's
and
very, very cute.
City Hall right here.
No, that is not City Hall.
Newport.
Oh, I guess it is City Hall. Well, what was the other one?
And right up front of us where you see the flag, that's the museum that we'll be going through.
Visitor Center Museum.
Yep.
Owens here
On
is
the right.
It's an ice cream. Well, they make their own ice cream, but they have a soda fountain in there, and we'll go in and check them out when they open up. And here's the visitor center, and this used to be an old train depot. And we'll go through the museum and stuff as well. And this is a one-way street through town and then a one-way street back out of town. So
it's a big loop. Here's our fire department.
Yeah, Newport Fire Department right there. They have a farmer's market at the park. They actually have a big rodeo. It's kind of one of the bigger rodeos here in Pend Oreille County. At I think it's in June is when they do it, and they have the rodeo grounds and stuff there. And they just started allowing people to camp there, so they've got a campground there as well.
It's a big logging town.
Yeah.
They make their money here through timber. There's like 3 mills in the area.
They actually had 2 rodeos this year. They had the PRCA rodeo, and then what they call the rough stock rodeo. I'm not a rodeo person, so I don't know the difference between the two, but...
And here we are back at the end of that loop.
Back at the end of that loop.
And coming back up on State Street again. She mentioned the city of the Oldtown. It is an Idaho city, if you want to call it that. We'll drive up here and we'll show you a little bit of that as well. Take a right here on State Street. And I'm not sure, but I think now we're entering Oldtown.
Yeah, this is Oldtown.
As soon as we go over the bridge here, it'll be the residential area of Oldtown, but I think this whole area right here is considered Oldtown, Idaho.
So a fun fact about Newport is Newport wanted to become a tourist town. So they were going to call themselves the City of Flags, and they had actually in 1987, they were planting flags all over the city to become a City of Flags. But about 10 years later, they had to abandon that idea because of maintenance of the flags and vandalism and people stealing the flags. So on the left here is that city park I was talking about, and that's where they have the rodeo. You can see there, they've got their farmers market over there, and that's where they have the big Newport Rodeo. And they've also got a campground that they actually just put in that has, I think it has full hookups.
I think so too. I don't know if it has sewer.
I know it has water and power.
Yeah, this is where they do their rodeo every year. And like she said, they just redid this RV area here, so it's going to be really nice for the people who come to the rodeo to be able to stay.
You can't really see it because of that fence,
but you get the idea.
Yep. It's actually pretty big. They've got quite a bit of...
Take a left here, we'll go around, turn around.
Kind of see the rodeo grounds there. It's actually a pretty decent sized town. It's kind of interesting because they've got more residential area in the middle of town, and then on the 2 sides of town they've got, this is the high school.
That's not high school, that's the sheriff's department.
Oh, that's the sheriff's department. High school's on the other side of the city park. And this is the Pend Oreille County Weed Board. Not as in smoking weed, but
noxious weeds.
Noxious weeds. There's a little bit better view of the rodeo grounds there.
Yeah, we can drive in here.
Oh.
Take a look.
So it looks like they got power and water. Oh, a little bumpy.
Yeah.
They got a dump station, power and water, bathrooms, showers.
And I don't know how much it costs to stay here either.
Yeah, they just completed this last fall.
Here's the rodeo grounds.
Yeah, there's the rodeo grounds.
We'll head over to the courthouse next.
Yeah, earlier where David said it was City Hall, I was thinking that courthouse and the City Hall were in the same location, because I knew that the courthouse was actually a different building. I didn't realize that City Hall was right there on Main Street. There's a little better view of the farmers market.
I think they do that every Saturday.
Yep, every Saturday. And we were here a couple weeks ago. Actually, I want to say about a month ago, and they had a little Renaissance fair in this park.
Shut it off.
Up here on the left is the courthouse, Pend Oreille County Courthouse.
There it is right there.
Here is the courthouse. Newport is also the county seat of Pend Oreille County.
Yeah.
They got some really nice older houses.
This is Kelly's Bar and Grill. It was established in 1894. It's the second oldest bar in Washington State. It's been around a long time. Here we are at the Visitor Center. I'm going to go on inside. It's a pretty nice visitor center they have here. There's a lot of free maps and information. So if you're in the area, not even have to be the city of Newport, they have maps for all around the area. And everything in here is free. And of course, they're full of information if you just ask them. They have maps, whole thing of maps here.
This is interesting. I've not seen these before. They're called O-Ranger, and they're little pamphlets on the different national parks that are in the area.
A lot of great information in here. They've made this really nice. A little bit about the new health building that they're building here in town. It's a lot of great information. And most importantly, if you need to use the restroom, they have those here too. This is Owens Grocery Deli and Soda Fountain, established in 1938. We'll go ahead and go in there and we'll see what's inside and check it out. We're in Owens Grocery, and they've got some old pictures of the place before. Looks like their old sign that used to be out front right here. It's really, really nostalgic. They've got a soda fountain that's been here for I don't know how long. But they have a little deli, soda fountain.
They hand make their ice cream here.
Handmade ice cream and a little deli. They make their sandwiches, and they've got, I'm sure, fried chicken and JoJo's, and a little coffee bar. I think the soda fountain is now a coffee bar.